We will not copyright or trademark that. We do not have the rights to this at all. Please do not sue us. Thank
you. Welcome to These Unprecedented Gays, featuring Joe Granelli and Paul Smith. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and review wherever you stream your podcasts. Check us out on Instagram at tugayspod and email us at tugayspod@yahoo.com. We hope you enjoy. I didn't hear any metronome this time. That's okay.
Are we in? Metronome? Metronome?
Yeah, flawless operation.
Well, first it was clicks like 100, and now there's no clicks.
I know. Hey, all you tuggers and tugheads.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you know what's going on, we get counted in, and there's always like a metronome, like boop, 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 boop. And like, usually it's about no, it's usually about 3.
I don't know.
Yeah. And so we get counted in. But this time it like went wacky. Like there was 15 like of them, yeah. And then there was like 9. So,
and I love how you're like, you're saying like to the audience, like you're telling them like we know what's going on. It's what you know what's going on. I'm like, are we talking now? Okay, yeah, great.
I thought we were talking earlier after the 1,000 of them, but I was like, okay,
yeah, technical glitches and difficulties.
I know,
that's fine. Mercury's not in retrograde.
Yeah, exactly. So welcome, all you tuggers and tugheads, to this week's episode of These Unprecedented Gays. I'm Paul.
And I'm Joe.
And I want to get started with announcing our guest of the week.
Oh, I was like, what do we have?
We have a guest.
I'm like, what a
guest. In the studio. But I want them to participate through everything this time. So
you're going to participate, guest.
Yes.
Unnamed guest until Paul
announces you. And there's an award
you.
At the end for participation. So
do
good.
Did we have to compensate them now?
I got him some Patty Shoe for him. That's his drag name too.
Okay.
Patty Shoe.
There we go. It's French.
Hopefully there's not like a Patty Shoe.
There
has to be like a French one, yes. Like out there already.
So
we have our Gratitude back in the studio with us. Andrew Davis is here.
Thank you for having me back.
Yay!
Thank you for finally coming back.
Yeah.
You need to be a regular. Our Southern Belle.
I forgot about the Gratitude until
I did too.
Ring
like
that
Gratitude.
Let's ring that bell, that Southern bell.
Oh yeah, and ring the alarm.
Okay,
for Beyonce. Beyonce.
Oh, is it Beyonce?
Yes.
Oh. Which one is Nikki?
I don't know. Pound the alarm.
Pound the alarm.
Also a good song.
It's also a very good song.
I mean, a lot of alarms.
A lot of alarms. So many alarms.
I have a lot of alarms.
Nothing to be alarmed about. Nikki's a good one. I like that one.
All right. So we have Andrew Davis in the studio with us. We're so happy
you're here. For the new listener,
here.
Who is Andrew Davis? I guess you can tell them.
Oh, for all you new listeners, he's been on once before, but we talk about him all the time. Yeah. You guys are like,
I feel like you've been on more because we're like
lots of references.
Though, just like we kind of mock you with like your little Southern accent a little bit, like, oh, Paul.
I don't think know if it's mock. I think it's like it's an homage, lovingly.
Yes, an homage.
So, you listen to our podcast, of course.
I do.
And you've been on here, so you know what's going on. So let's just start off with how was your week? So, Joe, how was your week?
Oh, so much has happened. I have a lot to talk about. I'll be very brief, though.
Okay. So I have a lot to talk about, but I'm going to be brief.
We're going to just like high level cover everything because I want to tell like a PSA to the listeners that never trust doctors. Because I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast how like I went to a dentist and they said like you need to have like cavities replaced and like you need to have like bone transplant, blah blah blah. I don't know if I talked about that, but like
yes,
that's what one of my old dentists. And then I woke up because Paul referred me to his dentist. What are their names?
They are called Padre Dental Group. It's Dr. Preston and Valerie Cannell. We love them, and if they'd like to support us, they are more than welcome to.
Yes. So I went to the dentist, and she did a full, like, checked my mouth. She's like, no, you have no cavities. And I was like, oh, I was gooped.
Gooped America.
Yeah. So that was the start of the day. And then I forgot about this one. I have very random things. So then we went to the Halloween at the zoo.
At the zoo, yeah.
And it was cool, I guess.
At the San Diego Zoo.
The San Diego Zoo, yes.
What day did you go?
The Saturday?
Nice.
I think.
Nice.
Yeah. It was okay.
Yeah.
I was wanting more.
It's a little crowded.
Well, not even that, but I was just like, well, what's glowing?
True.
I thought the animals were gonna glow.
True. Was there some sort of glow parade that happened, or?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was fine. Go next year.
But like, did they have glow like the gorgeous ladies of wrestling there?
Unfortunately not. They may have been there, but I didn't see them. And they also were not playing Glow by Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
I love
did not
that
know.
song. You haven't seen that? You don't know that song?
No.
No, me either.
It's sorry, nope, that's Blow.
what?
It's I'm seeing Glow because the video is with like ultraviolet lights and like black lights, so they glow. Okay.
Okay.
And
But
they're like
it's
in an ice
Blow.
rink. No, they're in a skating rink. You know
Oh my
you're supposed to
goodness.
use that, Nick.
We can't have music on here.
No. Ugh, we are a mess today. Well, actually, it's not us. It's production.
Amateur hour this week.
It's the non-talent.
Wow.
We're only on our 51st episode, but it's amateur hour.
Hey, sometimes you just got to start back in the beginning, back at one. As
You've got
Brian
it.
McKnight would say.
You got to.
strike you now. Or we'll
There's a labor dispute right
Our
now
next
between
episode is
talent
going
and
to be an
production.
Instagram Live because we don't have anyone to produce us.
Is there a union involved in the show?
Well, maybe. So anyway, Halloween, and then this happened, and I'm still like recovering from it because I think you're aware of like dogs have anal glands that need to be expressed, right?
Yes, because I went through this for weeks with Andy.
So I know that there are.
Not about his anal glands, but
Wait a
because of
minute.
Cooper's anal glands.
So I normally, when I take Max to get groomed, which is basically, I don't even know why I have him groomed because all the groomer does is like bathe him and trims his nails and expresses his anal glands.
But do you want to bathe him, trim his nails, and express
I
his
don't mind
anal
bathing
glands?
him because I have the like shower that like has the detachy thing.
Yeah.
And Max does okay. So it rained on someday this week.
Right.
I think Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday or Monday.
Sunday, yeah. And so Max was like very muddy. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so or maybe it was Monday. Do you know what day this was?
I think it was
was
Monday.
sometime in the past 7 days. And so I was like, all right, I'll wash you, right? And so I'm washing him in the shower. I'm also in the shower. And like I lift up his tail and like liquid shoots out.
No. No.
That's exactly what I did. So I was showering and I made that sound, and I think Nick heard because he was in my like living room on the couch or whatever. But like, it was not a pleasant experience.
So did he somehow express his
Oh
own
yeah, he was
anal
definitely
glands?
expressing something.
Oh. Or
So,
maybe
but-
he ate mud and like it made his
I have
upset
no
his
clue,
stomach.
but when I lifted it, it was like a projectile, and like again, I was not ready for it.
A
and
projectile?
It stunk. Huh?
A projectile?
Like a right?
Projectile?
Projectile.
Like a
projectile. I'm gonna say projectile from now on.
projectile?
It's projectile.
Projectile. Projectile?
Yeah.
What is that? Projectile?
Okay. So,
Wait, so did it get on you? The projectile?
No.
No.
It had gotten on the shower curtain and then on the wall. But I was like I almost passed out. I almost puked. I almost started crying. Like there was a lot of things happening, and I
It was an
couldn't
emotional
breathe
journey.
because it was a lot of smells, and I was like, lots of vulgarity. So I was like, Nick, I need bleach. So he got me like some like cleaning spray or whatever. Yeah. So I'm a little scarred from that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't remember when that happened. Oh, question.
So when you're giving him a bath, you are like nude in the shower, like also taking a shower? Or how does
Yes.
this work? I'm just trying.
Yes,
Yeah?
and I have to make
Oh
sure
my
he
God.
doesn't do a little licky on the dicky. Because he loves. So I mean, after you get out of the shower, right? I keep the bathroom door open, and he loves to just like sniff, and it's like he'll put his head right up in your butt. He doesn't like. He's very curious. He's got.
He just wants to make sure you're you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have a very. He's a very inquisitive dog.
Oh, well, I'll explain when we get into the gist of what we're doing this week because we're doing doggy daddies this week. So all of us have dogs, and we're going to talk about living with them and what happens and stuff like that. But go ahead and finish what's happening with your week.
So that was that, and then I made butternut squash soup, which was pretty tasty, and that was all.
Oh.
Yeah,
that ended on a high note. I love it. Andrew Davis, how was your week?
My week was great. So I worked Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday I've just been at home. My coworker has been coming over with her sheepadoodle.
Oh,
and we've been having like doggy play dates. Today we went to the sheepadoodle.
Is it a sheepdog?
Old English sheepdog and a poodle.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, his name is Walter.
Oh.
And I love dogs with human names.
I know. I'm like,
it's very peculiar.
Bruce,
Walter.
Cornelius.
Barbara. We're like, next time we get a
Karen.
dog. Karen.
Stop it.
No.
I love it. So yeah, we went to the Savita dog park today. Have you been up in there?
In Mission Valley?
In the Savita park.
Oh, I know I haven't.
It's a big
this
park.
is my first time.
I know that.
It's huge, yeah. I mean, the dog park was like whatever, but yeah, it was super nice up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
also the rock and roll marathon. Sorry.
Forgot
about that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that on Sunday. We like sat out at the Starbucks and like we're like, yay.
I did the same thing. We went and looked and I was like, no running for me.
And then I'm like, who's chasing you?
There were so many people.
Oh
There's so many people.
Can I just tell you, there was so many people, and we're sitting there and we watched the person who was in the lead like run by us on the way back, and I'm like, and then like it took another 5-10 minutes before anybody else
Really?
was behind him, and I'm like,
Dang.
okay. And not only that, but we had to cross the street during like the height of the run. So Andy and I and Cooper are like running in with them and then like trying to cross.
We tried to leave in a car to
Oh,
go to Target. It took like an hour and a half to leave.
yeah. Andy tried to go to the store and he was trying to go to Vaughn's, but ended up in
idea.
Ralph's in Mission Valley like an hour later. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway.
So yeah, so my week was, boring and everything. It's just like, nothing really happened, so that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. I love that.
I love when things don't happen, so I'm good. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into our next segment. And if anybody can hear that, you might hear in the background Cooper chewing on his bully stick, He is going to town on that thing.
Which town though?
Town. All right. So we're going to get into our next segment now. You know what that is? It's mouth to mouth. Mouth to mouth resuscitation. What's giving? Oh, okay. That's Andy's over here like running his fingers over the table. We're like,
Maybe we can metronome it. Metronome it in.
So what's giving us life this week? Andrew Davis, what is giving you life this week?
Oh my gosh, I'm so boring right now.
You're not boring.
On this day, I think that Savita Dog Park is giving me life.
Yes.
Only because they have, so we normally go to Nate's, excuse me, or one of the other dog
Nate?
parks. Nate's and Balboa Park. Dog
the
park.
little
It's like
the
an off
dog park right there
area.
off of
By the bridge.
by the bridge. Like
Oh, off of Laurel?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think so.
Nate's. Oh, okay.
that's what it's called.
So what I liked about this one is they have a few little obstacle things for the dogs. Like they have, and it's like a big dog section and a small dog section. So we went to the big dog sections off leash, and they had like this ramp that you get them to go up with the treat and then back down. I felt like I was on one of those dog shows.
It's
Oh my God, yeah.
An agility course?
Yeah, there is like the little sticks for them to go in and out. We should go sometime.
Max would not know what to do.
Yeah.
Cooper would be like,
What
do
is
you want me to
this?
do?
Just give me the damn tree.
I gave Max a piece of butternut squash, and he was like, I don't know what to do with this. He like chewed it up, and he was like spitting it out. I'm like, oh my God.
He obviously doesn't like butternut squash.
But he kept going back for it.
Because he's like, I don't like this. Do I like this? I don't like this.
I have to be sure.
He loves pita chips. He will be in my bedroom laying down asleep.
Trying to
and
lick your dicky?
What?
Trying to lick your dicky?
No, I'm not laying on the floor for him to do that. That's a Tuesday activity. Obviously.
Okay, just so you know, we do not do this.
But if you are into bestiality, we don't judge you. He has licked it accidentally a couple times.
Oh my God. I'm just thinking that you need to separate his bath time from your bath time.
Maybe he's getting old enough to do the baths on his own.
Mommy doesn't need to bath with baby anymore.
It reminds me that I'm alive.
Maybe you should just do this in public now. Like, go to one of those.
I don't think I can be nude in public. I mean, I can.
So, anyway, well, I'm glad that dog part's giving you life. What about you, Joe? What's giving you life?
So what's giving me life is chameleon cold brew concentrate coffee.
Oh.
You're like, what?
Come again?
Thanks for asking. So my goal in life is to spend as little as possible on things, which I don't do. But Starbucks is expensive.
Coming from somebody who bought a Roomba. Okay, go ahead.
Over 6 months, over a 6 month period. Right? It's not a lot in monthly installments.
Right.
Right? We pick and choose.
Yeah, okay.
True. So Starbucks is like $400.
Oh, God. What drink are you getting?
I'm getting the store. Hi, I'd like your day's worth of whatever. So it's expensive, right? Starbucks is great, whatever. But like, I'm trying to not spend a bunch of money on coffee, and they have this cold brew concentrate, and like, it's $9 for like the jug, and it makes like 6, I think. So it's only like $1.50 for the whole, like per beverage instead of like $4.50. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting on board with that. Mm-hmm. So that's what's literally giving me life in the morning.
Nice. And where can this be found?
It can be found at any major retailer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Chameleon cold brew.
Chameleon cold brew. Yeah. Cold brew
I'm
concentrate.
interested.
They have it at Vaughn's.
Okay.
But it's $10.99 unless you have a shopping card, and it's $9.99.
Just remember CCC. Chameleon cold brew concentrate.
CCBC. Is cold brew one word?
I'm going with one word right now. All right. So
what's your life giving?
You know what? I'm trying to distract myself from work, so I've been making like a lot of Spotify playlists lately.
Okay.
But they're all themed.
Okay.
So like there's one where it's all about love. So it's any song that has love in the title. I just made one about like old school versus new school hip hop that I'm like in love with right now, because I'm like, oh my God, I love this jam. Yeah. Okay. Salt Shaker by Yin Yang Twins and Pop That by Two Live Crew. I'm like, okay.
I love Salt Shaker. Like an 18-wheeler.
I used to listen to some nasty stuff when I was younger.
The Yin Yang Twins are great though.
Not like Yin Yang Twins. I'm talking like Two Live Crew.
What about Trina? You like Trina?
I love Trina. But I'm talking like old school.
Oh, okay.
Like 80s stuff, you know.
I love it.
Like, I'm talking Pop That Pussy, Throw That D, all those kind of songs, you know.
You just said pussy. You can say dick. Pop that pussy. Don't touch the D. The male genitalia. The downstairs. Got a censor.
I was talking about my diploma.
Hey, I mean, you could pop that.
But that is what's giving me life right now, because I'm just loving it. And I made up a couple of other ones, like It's All Good. So it's like all songs that have good in the title and stuff. I'm like,
I like it.
I'm bored, but I'm
like
also
it.
like, okay, it's distracting me from work. So.
Now, am I able to access your playlist if I'm not a paying member? Because I just have the free version of Spotify.
I love that Andrew Davis now is when he's talking and he's like using his hands. He has hand signals in case I'm like deaf or something. He's like, if they don't pay for it, and he's like rubbing his fingers like money.
I'm like signing the whole time.
You know, I don't know.
No, we'll find out. I'll find out tonight.
But you go on for Paul Quinn Smith and you'll find me. I have like 45 public playlists right now.
Love it.
I think I follow you.
You do follow me.
I don't know how to follow.
You better.
Nice.
I have 20. Oh my God, I have 2 followers. You're probably one of them. What? So like Nick and Andy.
I think I followed a playlist. I don't know.
Probably.
I'm going to follow you right now.
Okay. So this week we're going to talk about our dogs, our loved ones, our 4-legged babies.
I'm following you now.
Okay, thank you.
Now you have 3 followers.
Yay, I'm so happy. So Andrew, you have had a year with pets, because we're gonna get a little deep right now. I hope you're okay with this.
That's okay.
So I know that you lost Dolly in the last year.
Yeah,
correct?
we lost her in January.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she was only 2 years old. I got Dolly in 2018. She was 1, so she would have been 3. So she was 1 when I got her from this breeder in Kentucky. My mom's on Facebook, follows these dog breeders.
Oh no!
And they kept her to like use as a breeder because she was smaller, and then she had a rectal prolapse, and so then she couldn't have babies. So they got the prolapse fixed. And then they just put her on Facebook and they're like, we need to get rid of this dog. My mom sees the post and she sends it to me and she's like, do you want this dog? I'm like, yes, I want this dog. So my mom gets the dog and meets me. We drive and she meets me in Texas halfway. So it was 16 hours for her, 16 hours for me.
Oh my God.
I get the dog, rename her Dolly, and just like completely fell in love with her because she was the first dog I had on my own. You know, I had animals growing up, but then after I, moved out of my mom's house, I never had a dog on my own until her. So we were just, in love. And then, Gio came into our lives and then him and her fell in love also. She was just our
Did she
sweet
like him
baby.
more than you?
She did.
Yeah.
I think like when he came along, because he was like giving her all the attention and the belly rubs and stuff. And like, yeah, she was all about him.
And Dolly was a French bulldog.
Dolly was a French bulldog. Yeah. And so I guess with Frenchies, they have this genetic stuff. And so that ended up being what, ending her life. And so she passed in January. And then driving home from that 2-day emergency room vet ordeal, Gio and I were both just, complete mess, in tears. And we both said on the drive home, we're never getting another dog. He's like, I don't think I can handle this pain again, of having to do this. And so... And then, a month passed and then we're like, okay, we're going to start fostering a dog. So we get Lola. She was 8 weeks old when we got her, started as a foster. They rescued her mom from TJ. She had 6 puppies. She was pregnant when they rescued her. So then she had 6 puppies at her foster's home. And then they had to get fosters for the puppies. So then we foster for 3 weeks and then, of course, adopted.
The rest is her
history.
Now, why did you decide to become a foster parent? Like, what was that like?
So we weren't sure if we were ready for like a month. It had only been like a month since Dolly passed. And we both were like, is it just that we're so lonely? Like the house is so empty. We have, because dogs give you so much purpose. Like work gives you purpose, but a dog, like caring for something other than yourself is just like,
I mean, it's not that you don't love Gio.
No, exactly. No,
I have so much love to give.
Exactly.
I need to give
like we love each other.
Wait,
but
you love your dog?
But like,
I know that's a weird concept for you.
I feel.
So that's why. So we're like, let's start it as a foster situation. That way, if we decide it's not for us, and we can just easily like, okay,
that's a pro tip right there.
You know what I mean? And then and while you're fostering, another pro tip, they provide all of the food, the pee pads, the leashes, the harness, like everything's included. They gave us a crate. So like we didn't even we were out $0.
Oh,
so
damn,
everyone out there,
awesome.
please foster. Yeah. Like one of the local rescues, we chose the animal pad. But I think all of the rescues are like that. They provide all of the supplies.
I want free supplies.
Yeah.
Do you think we can like go back and say like, hey, I didn't foster, but like, can you give me free stuff?
But I'd like some free stuff.
So now, when Dolly passed, did you guys empty the house of like her dog stuff or everything?
No, we didn't. We left her bed just the way it was. Her food bowls.
So does Lola use all that now? Or?
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she
Might
does.
as well,
And when Lola came, I think she could smell Dolly, and it had only been a month.
Yeah.
So it almost like, and this sounds really weird, but it almost feels like Lola knows Dolly.
Yeah.
Because like her smell was still on the stuff, and like we just couldn't. I'm like, I can't throw this stuff away.
Yeah.
This was her thing.
How old was Lola?
8 weeks.
Okay. I was gonna say maybe it was Dolly reincarnated.
I said the same thing.
But I don't think the timing.
No, the timing wasn't right. Lola was born December 20th, and then Dolly passed like January 20th.
Well,
So
maybe
her
part of Dolly.
it is. I mean, it's like
Part of Dolly.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
like twins in the ether sphere.
Yeah, for sure.
So what was it about Lola that attracted you guys? Because she was your first foster too, right?
She was our first. Yeah, she was our first foster.
You guys got lucky on the first try.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. She was like, she's a boxer pit mix. And her mom had
Oh my God, I love boxer pit mixes. They're the best.
Exactly. You know, and you just fall in love with them. Their little faces, the love in their eyes.
How big is she
I mean,
now?
this looks like her. Like, if you Google boxer pit mix, she looks like
All
the photos that come up. Yeah. So she's 10 months old now. And she weighs like 38 to 40 pounds.
Oh, okay.
That's
so she's
it?
small.
Yeah, I think
she is
her mom
small.
was like 45 pounds. So I think she was smaller.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Max was only supposed to be 45 pounds.
Supposed to be.
He's 53.
All right,
Aw.
so now, Joe, are you a loose leash or a tight leash dad?
Like in the bedroom?
With your dog.
No leash. It depends.
On?
So, like, on the situation. So, like, Max is, like, I try to let him, I have the, like, what is it? The, like, the retractable ones.
Yeah.
And so, I'll let him go, but he just, like, keeps going. So, like, it ends up being a tight leash because he doesn't know how to walk on the leash well. And so, he's a puller. So, I want him to be a loose leash walker, but he makes it tight.
Oh.
You
need to watch how you say it.
Sex with my dog.
Oh my.
I think doth protest too much. So, what about you, Andrew? What about Lola?
I let her tell me what she needs in that moment. And what I mean by that is, like, we've got these on Zoom, of course, because it was during the pandemic, these puppy classes through Petco.
Oh, okay.
And so we got like a 4-pack of puppy classes, and the trainer was actually in New York City.
Oh.
Yeah, super nice girl. And it happened over Zoom. It was a group class. There was like 4 of us. Anyway, long story short, she told us it's better to use like a 5 or 6 foot regular leash and then just loop it.
Yeah.
And that way you have like more control.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that. And if she's not pulling, then I'll keep it loose.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But if if there's squirrels around and it's one of those days, like we've been at work all day and then it's the first walk of the evening and she's wild as hell, then she needs a tight leash. Because she's going to like chase a squirrel up a tree because she's like high energy.
Oh, I let Cooper chase those squirrels.
Yeah.
I'm like, they are Satan's little pets. I'm like, go ahead, do your thing. Like, you could chase those. I see, because I'm
Yeah, what about you?
I'm very a loose leash because we have retractable, so I just let it. I don't lock it.
Yeah.
Until I see an issue that might come up. Like, I see a dog that I know Cooper doesn't get along
Up
with
ahead,
or something, which is really weird because he does get along with dogs, but for some reason there's some that he just doesn't when he sees them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But like, I will let him just go ahead and like, if he wants to chase a squirrel, I'm like, go ahead and chase it, girl. I need you. Like, that's something that's going to stimulate your brain.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's just going to make you tired.
Yeah.
And
No,
I
I
love
like that.
So,
like
and then
that.
he's also very good at like walking next to me too.
Nice.
So,
nice.
like, even on the retractable leash,
you
he's
train
just
him
very
to do
good.
that?
That's what I was about to ask. Yeah.
No, you know what? It's so weird. He just automatically does it. We did a dog trainer. We did the Petco classes when he was a puppy, which was great because I wish you didn't have to do it over Zoom. Oh my Lord, what are we looking
get on
at?
Instagram. You are so distracting, but also scroll up.
We're
Scroll up.
we're talking and our fact checker
No, go back.
Nick
What was that? No, scroll up. You can't.
I was like, we are devolving into like craziness right here because Nick, our fact checker, is going through Instagram.
We'll give
and
Andrew Davis the link to the Spotify later. Don't have to do this. Close and check our facts.
And there's like naked butts and everything on our screen, and like, oh, okay, I guess we're checking that fact, huh?
Yeah, maybe you should. Yeah, don't just. Well, Andrew, I'll text you the Paul Spotify playlist.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so he walks next to me. So I didn't. So we went into a Petco puppy play, which like I said, I was going to say,
what?
I wish a puppy play, not like that.
Oh,
you would know.
I'm not into my dog. Sexually.
So, I wish that you were able to do it in person because we met some great people through that. Aww. And then so he learned a little bit from there, and then we did have like a couple of classes with another trainer, and that didn't pan out as much as we want. I think it has a lot to do with him going with our dog walker Jim. Oh, nice. He did use shock collars on him, but very light. Yeah. And at first we were like, I don't know about that. But then like he really loves going with Jim and with these other dogs and stuff like that. So it's great. And it's like really cheap. So I think he's learned that because we do that twice a week, he doesn't have as much energy as dog who's like Lola at home.
Oh my God, must be
or Max. Oh. So it's like he doesn't have as much energy. So he's like, I'll just walk next to you, Dad.
Aww, that's so cute.
I love that.
I love that.
Max doesn't. Yeah, no. Max is no.
So this is a good question because this happened to me and Andy this morning while we were walking home from Starbucks. But do you allow strangers to give your dog treats?
No. No one's ever offered.
Josen. Oh, what's wrong with you? Well, Cooper gets offered all the time.
I don't. When I'm out walking, like Max, it's on a mission to go RBF. Like pee and poo.
It's your RBF.
I thought you said IVF, and I was like in vitro fertilization. I look yeah. When I'm taking Max out, it's like we're gonna go pee and poop. Because, like, if I need to exercise him, like, there's a back alley behind my apartment, and it's, like, very long. And there's also the garage. So I'll play fetch in the garage because it's closed and safe.
Nice.
Or we'll do stairs.
Okay.
Because he likes to go down the stairs and then up the stairs and down the stairs and up the stairs. Nice. So, like, because going on a walk does nothing for him.
Right.
It doesn't get any of his energy out. Because he could go on for, like, an hour and a half walk and still just be, like, insane. Mm-hmm. But no one's ever offered a treat.
Oh. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going to say, I guess I haven't ran into that yet. Because, like, when my coworker comes over, we both have our treat pouches on.
Oh, my God, you do not.
Oh, my God.
We do, like, the
Look
fanny
at you
pack.
With your treat pouch.
I have one that I got last year for Christmas, but I never used it.
That's what I call my junk. My treat pouch.
And it's always on.
It's always on. I carry it everywhere with me.
Does Cooper like it?
No. I don't share it with strangers anymore.
Cooper's not a stranger. He is family.
Ew. Even worse. So we had a bit approach. Like we saw a guy that Andy usually sees at Starbucks and stuff, and said hi to Cooper, and he's like, "Oh, can I give him a treat?" And I was just like, no, I'm just not comfortable with that. I'm sorry, because we let him take a treat from a stranger before, and it was like later on that day he didn't feel good. So we're just like,
you also don't know what it is,
right? Exactly. I don't know, and I don't know how long you've had it. I don't know if it's whatever.
It could be drugs,
right? So we're just like, you know what? No, thank you though. And it's really hard because you're like, you don't want to say no to somebody, but I'm also like,
how would you like, now that you've had this experience, how would you, and the next time it happens, how would you approach it?
Oh, when the guy asked it, I was like, you know what? No, thank you. I really appreciate it. But we just don't allow him to take.
Cause I feel like I would not make an excuse. Cause it's not a lie. I'd be like, oh no, like my dog has a tender tummy.
I did say that he has a sensitive constitution.
Yeah. Wait, what?
He has a sensitive constitution
of Declaration of Independence.
I've never heard
that's
that.
A different thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that a thing to say?
Yes.
I love that.
I know, right?
I'm gonna start using that.
And in your southern twang, he's got a sensitive constitution.
Stop it. Oh my God. Is that because you're like working the medical? You know that?
Yes, I use all those medical terms as much as I can so I can confuse people.
Doctor.
So
I love
it. Does Lola do any tricks?
She does the basic ones. She can sit.
Does she turn tricks? Does she do tricks?
When she's of age. No, like the basic ones, And today I was saying, they had the little ramp at the dog park. I was super surprised just with a treat. I was able to lure her up and down, and she like climbed. It took some time, but she climbed up and over, and I was like, wow, okay, this girl will work for treats.
Okay.
You know?
Same.
Well, don't let the other dog know.
What other dog?
Any other dog.
Any of them.
So what about Max? Does he do nature?
He can sit.
He turns tricks.
He's very good at staying.
Is he?
No.
Because I don't think like Max would be very good at staying.
No, surprisingly enough, like I will get like the
Nick
tone.
is shaking his head over here like no.
He's not good at staying with you because you represent playtime and he only plays with you. And I am the discipliner of the family, and that's what it is.
Because you know what that
Max he stays when I'm out. Like I will get him to sit and stay, and he will stay. Like he's a very good stayer.
Put that on a t-shirt. I'm a very good
I'm
stayer.
a good stayer.
Well, like it's important because like when he like I don't want him like running around. Like
Right.
if he's on leash, like stay.
yeah.
Like I can leave him at the top of 2 flights of stairs and tell him to stay, and he'll stay.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Why do you do that?
Because then he runs down.
But why would you do
that?
Or like I'll leave him. Like I'll have him stay. I don't know, like at one side of like the alleyway, and then I'm like, okay, now you can come. Because then he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come get you. He'll sit. He can sit. He can stay. He can lay down.
He's gonna come get that D.
Hey, once you've had a taste, you can't get enough.
Yeah. So this actually brings it into a really good question, because all of us are in relationships, not with each other. Well,
Or with our dogs. We're not in relationships with our dogs.
so like Andrew, does Lola like you and Gio for different things? Like, does she listen to you for different things? Does she look to you for different things? Because like Cooper will look to me to go for a walk, and like to lay on the couch and do that kind of thing. And then he looks to Andy for like, to play with his toys and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So yeah.
No, I don't know that we figured that out yet. I think she just comes to both of us, and she'll just come and like sit and kind of whine until someone responds. You know, if Gio's like, "Oh, get out of here," you just went for a walk, then she'll come to me and like
I know. I hate when
I
Cooper
need to
does
go
that.
back out. I still have energy. Or like she wants me to get in the floor and play with her toys, and
Aw.
yeah, just so spoiled.
That sounds like Max too. He'll be on the couch and he'll be whining, and I'm like, "You are on top of me. What do you want?" No.
You brought this on yourself. So anyway,
Max picked me. I didn't pick him. Maybe that's why he picked me.
maybe
He picked me and then he licked me.
Oh my god.
So for me, like I said, I'm like the disciplinary one. So Nick is the play. Like whenever Nick's over, like Max wants to play. And he'll play and 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 play.
But that's a good thing because
So, but like the other day, like they were playing and I was like, "Max, no, come here and lay down." And he like came over and laid down and was like, "Oh, I am the alpha." I was like, "Oh, okay." But like, I think for me, like I'm more of the like I provide him with like food and water and a home to live and like veterinary care and like life longevity and like a good family foundation and sometimes a butt to lick. And then Nick is just like the fun one. But there has been times where I've been at work and Nick will take Max out. So he's I think Max will just kind of go where, kind of like Lola, he'll go whoever. Like, he'll go wherever someone will give him attention. Yeah. Like, we'll be on the couch, and I'll be like, no. And then Max will go over to Nick, and then he'll pet him on the head. And then Max is like, okay, I'm done with you. And then he'll come back over to me. And I'm like, just lay down, dude. So.
Isn't it funny, too, how, like, they start to pick up on your cues? Like, for instance, every time we're going to go to the gym together, we'd always be like, okay, Lola, go to your crate, and she would go to her crate because we're not comfortable, leaving her out yet. So now when we start to put on our workout clothes, we don't even have to tell her. When she sees us like putting on tank tops and getting the sweat towel and the water bottle, she just goes to the crate.
Oh, that's funny.
And
That
I'm always
must be
shocked.
nice.
I'm like, what? How smart is this dog?
Well, like Cooper will do the same thing. Like, you know, if it's Andy and I's time for boom boom, like Cooper will get off the bed and go over to the chair.
Same.
I have to. Max wants to be a part of everything.
Oh,
No. So like, I'm like, door needs to be closed. But like, when I get ready to leave, he's like, "Oh, we're going. I'm leaving." I'm like, "No, you're not."
But like Cooper knows when we're done though too. He
leave your
stays
door
over there
open?
until like
You leave your door open?
there's no way for us not to. Like it's just
Oh yeah,
Cooper is just everywhere.
Yeah, Max. Well, I mean, he just always wants to like be near somebody.
Yeah, I can't go poop without Cooper wanting to
Same.
know where
Max.
I am.
Yeah,
Same.
Yeah.
but that's. I mean, we watch them poop,
Yeah.
so they just want to watch us.
She loves
Yeah,
to watch.
I'm wondering, does he think he needs to pick up my poop?
Yeah, he like what he always is just like Max just like wants to be by your side.
Yeah.
Like when I was replacing my faucet, I was under the sink and like stuck under it, and I'm like on my back, and like Max's head just pops into the cabinet, and I'm like, "Oh hi," and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like,
Here you are.
Can I help you?
But like that's why we love them
Oh,
because
he
they
is
love us
adorable.
unconditionally. They just want to be
Yeah.
around,
And
us
they're
all the
obsessed
time.
with you.
Yeah,
like, they-
exactly.
yeah.
Dogs
Like-
are needier than me. It's great.
I just posted that meme. It was like, sometime in your life you're going to find someone who's obsessed with you. It's probably going to be a dog, but it is what it is.
That's so true.
But also be
true.
grateful that a dog likes you.
Yeah, because there's times when like dogs, you know, that's the other funny thing is like there's dogs in the neighborhood that will bark at other dogs, but when me and Cooper walk by, they don't bark.
Oh.
Like there's a German Shepherd named Parker down the street from us, and he's always on his balcony and he's always staring out, like laying on his dog bed, and people will walk by and he'll start barking, and then we walk by and it's like,
Hey.
"Sup, Parker?" You
Is
know?
Cooper a barker? He's not a barker.
Cooper is not a barker
Yeah.
unless he's barking at a squirrel.
Oh.
Mm,
Mm.
mm.
Max
Exactly.
doesn't bark. Does Lola bark?
Lola randomly, when we moved in this new place, randomly in the middle of the night, she would hear, I don't even know what, a cricket or something, and she would just wake up 2 a.m.
It was Dolly.
She would wake up like all at once, and then both of us like jump out of bed, like, oh my God, somebody's in the house. You know? And it's literally nothing. And
So-
then we just have to like soothe her back to sleep, and then that's the end of it.
You know what? Somebody could be breaking into our house and Cooper would
He
not
wouldn't
get
care.
up.
Max would be like, "Oh, hi. You want to play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her
Let me
too.
lick your dick."
Her too. Oh, God.
I mean, there was one time, and I don't know how this happened, but it was in the middle of the night, and there was a cat in our house,
Oh, no.
and we don't know how it got in.
No.
Like it was a neighbor's cat, and we're like, and Cooper didn't even bark at it. It was just like he was sitting by the window looking, and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you." But he didn't say anything, and we woke up and we're like, "What is that noise? Like it sounds like a whining or something." And that was
gosh.
Cooper like trying to get like. He was like, "How did you get in my house and get out?" So in the middle of the night, I was like, "Oh, that's so weird."
Max would have definitely been like chasing that. Oh my God.
Mhm.
There's
I know,
like
right?
feral cats out around the building that I live in, and like sometimes in the morning cats are assholes. I'm not a cat person. If you're a cat person, listeners, I'm happy for you. But like the cat was just like sitting there, and I'm like, "Max, don't pay attention. Like go do your business." And he's like, the hackles are all up, and I'm like, "Oh, good Lord."
I love it when like cats don't give a damn.
No.
Because Cooper will walk up to some cats. Like there was some feral cats around here, and Cooper would walk up to one of them, and he would be like, you know, get his stance, and the cat would be like, "The fuck is wrong with this guy? What do you want?" And then they're like, and then Cooper gets close, and one cat went like, just put out his paw, and Cooper was like, "Okay, gotta go now."
That cat's like, I'll scratch your eyes out. Get away from me.
I wish.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I would
this
sick Max on them and kill the cat.
this is a good question because this came up on The Circle because we're watching The Circle on Netflix.
Which version of it?
The US, but it's like the 3rd season.
Oh,
but
nice.
this came up as a question, and it divided The Circle.
What?
So
Was it like the radius? Because that's the circle divided. No, no diameter. Okay.
no science, but the maths. Do you let your dog kiss you on the mouth?
Yeah, we make out.
Of course you do. No! It's called foreplay.
I'm fine being the butt of the joke.
But do you let Max kiss you on the mouth?
Not intentionally. Well, no, yeah, I
No,
do.
not in the mouth, but on the mouth.
So sometimes, like, I let Max lick me. Nick does not like licks from Max. But, like, my favorite is, like, Max loves, like, my ear. And, like, behind my ear.
Yeah.
And, like, you can hear him licking, and he's like, and he's like,
Is this before the shower?
yeah. It's not like, but like you can hear like because it's my ear, like I hear him like grunting, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And then of course I start laughing.
Not here, Nick's here.
But like there have been times where I'm like, "Okay, Max, like you can lick my face, right?" And you purse your lips, but like he was licking, and then like it went in my mouth. I mouthwashed for like 2 minutes after.
Really?
So I mean, I'll let him lick my face. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Andrew?
I do. I can't help it. And now like like when they're puppies they do it and then it just like grows on you. And now I want her like every morning I'm sitting on the couch having my coffee and I'm like, okay, Lily, come over, give me some morning smoochies. And then she comes, I'm like, and then she comes and gives us our morning kisses. It's just so sweet. But then also like I know it's kind of gross. And we've had patients before that have like sores that get infected.
Impetigo?
No.
Yeah, from and it's like directly related to dog licking.
DKS.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a thing.
I
But
mean, if you think about it, look what they lick. I mean, Max licks his.
Well, that was the thing. Some people were like, on The Circle, they were like, of course I'm going to let my dog lick me because it's my dog and I love them. And then one woman was like, she had 2 dogs in her picture, so they thought she was a catfish because she was like, I'm not going to let my dog lick me on the mouth because they lick their booty holes and they lick their pee-pees and vaginas and stuff.
Unless they brush their teeth every day, which who does that?
Okay.
Do you brush Cooper's teeth?
No.
I don't brush
Am I
Max's
supposed
teeth.
to?
Apparently.
yeah.
So what happens? I'm very interested in like this whole. Oh God, there's a spider there.
Is that
Okay,
a spider?
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Oh God.
Oh my God, this is the studio, dangerous studio. Like,
I know. Do we need to buy bug spray or
it's
something?
like National Geographic up in this bitch.
Oh my God, what's the guy that does Planet Earth? Ern Atkinson or something?
yeah.
Oh, I was
What's his
thinking
name?
like Steve Irwin. Crikey, look at the size of that
There's a
spider.
spider up in there.
Razor blades.
No, it's Atkinson. Attenborough. David Attenborough.
Oh, David Attenborough, yes.
This guy.
And the spider and the something.
What about you?
Wait, what was the question?
The dog licks.
Oh, so I do let Cooper lick me, and like he'll sit there and he'll lick. I'll find it later. He'll lick our hair and everything, and he wants to just clean us. And I find it as a way, like I think of it as this is his way of telling us that he loves us.
Yes. Yes.
You know, just like when they do that like play bite thing on your arm. I love that.
I do
I'm
too.
like,
Does Cooper lick
I do
just
too.
like? Do you like if you put on?
He
Lotion
doesn't lick
or
my
something-
penis. I don't let him do that.
If that's what you're asking.
But do you,
Is that where
just,
you're
like, if you put on like any like lotion or something, like does Cooper lick that off?
No, you know what? Because we like also try not to get him to lick lube or anything either, because it's like,
Oh, but it's
you know,
water based, right? Or silicone?
it's water based. Yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah, is it? No, it's silicone.
Oh, yeah, don't give
it's
it to
silicone.
Cooper.
Yeah. So anyway,
Silicone's great. Yeah.
yeah. So but you know what? We use this tea tree oil hair, like sculpting,
Mhm.
like mud kind of thing. And he, for some reason, he loves the taste of that. So he'll lick our hair for a while if we have that in. And it's like, okay, that's
All right.
Yeah, you can stop now.
Yeah, and then you're like, can you be done? It's like,
Yeah.
you can't eat my...
I know.
No.
I still
But
have
I'm
to try
very
to pull
interested.
it.
I want to go back to this whole, you've had people come into the hospital with these things.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it to speak on it. I just know that like it wasn't my patient. It was like the patient 2 rooms down. But I talked to the nurse. I'm like, oh, what's going on with this guy's face? Because he had this terrible.
Because he's
In
ugly.
fact, his face was busted up, and then they told me like, oh, this is from dog licks.
I think I had heard
the
of that
bacteria
too.
gets on
Yeah.
your skin, and then if you have an open, pimple or something, then that can get infected. Kind of the same way
But
that
did he
staph
not
lives
wash
on
his
the
face?
No, he couldn't have. Right?
Okay, well, step 1, have a skincare routine.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I will say that.
Just wash your damn face.
Yeah, and then like at the end of the night, after when I've showered and I put my face cream on, I don't let her lick me.
Yes, no.
Mostly because I'm so paranoid that the cream will poison her.
Right, yeah.
And
Oh,
then
not even that. Like, you got to get that shit locked in so you
It's
get
true.
hydration.
It's true.
Screw Lola.
yeah,
Lola is not part of your skincare routine, your nightly skincare routine.
it's true.
I'm right there with you. Like, once the
once the cream is on,
moisturizer's
no.
on, nothing happens. Nothing. No touchy.
the cucumbers are on the eyes.
I'm not in the mood anymore, Max. So, does Lola ever go too far with the play buddy? Because Cooper doesn't. He'll do like a little soft bite and stuff, and we rough play with him and stuff like that. But he never really tries to bite us.
Yeah, so she's still a puppy. She's only 10 months old, so she's still figuring it out. So if she does ever go too far, we just have to quickly correct her.
Do you go owie?
Yeah, actually, allowed, if you're like, ow, then she knows immediately. She stops the bite and starts licking.
Yep.
Aww.
And
If you say ow,
you're like,
she,
yeah, girl, good girl.
Yeah, she immediately, I'm like, no bites, kisses, and then she starts licking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about Max?
He doesn't bite. He just licks.
He bites Nick.
Well, so
because Nick is tasty.
because Nick doesn't discipline Max.
No, it's a play bite.
Oh, okay. But does it?
It doesn't hurt.
Okay. But does it ever go too far?
Well, it's happened a few times. So I've wondered what you all do.
When?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just every once in a while, I have to tell them no.
Well,
Yeah.
but so, okay, question. When you discipline your dog, do you say, when you say no, do you go, please don't? Or do you go, no?
If it's in the bite situation, I think the loud noise, and that get jars them that was wrong,
So
ow.
That's
Or the
that's
same
my
saying
concern.
ow in a louder tone.
I just tell Cooper no.
Yeah.
And then
that,
he's
yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah,
So that's where a little differing in Max's life. Nick is like, please don't bite me. I'd prefer if you don't do that.
Let's compromise, Max.
He'll be like,
let's see if we can
"Ow."
negotiate
He's
this.
like, ow, that hurts me, but I don't want to annoy you. I'm like, you need to discipline him.
I'm like, I don't think you can discipline him with Jewish
No.
guilt. I don't think that's gonna work.
Wait, what?
like Mormon guilt, or Jewish guilt, or something. Like, why do you want to hurt me so bad?
That's the big one.
Oh my god, I'm having a heart attack. Why did you want to hurt me?
You're gonna kill me.
Yeah, exactly.
After all I do for you.
Oh my god.
This is how you repay me.
I raised this kind
raised
of
you.
person. You're gonna kill me
A
now.
roof over your head.
Oh
I
my
gave you some
God.
food.
I gave you a dog.
This is how you treat me.
Oh, you're gonna kill your mother.
So, what is a favorite thing that your dog does? What is something that you love that your dog does, every day, or that you just love in general?
There are so many things.
Oh.
I love. Recently, I've noticed that I'll put the breakfast in the bowl, and then she may eat a little bit of it, but then after the gym, when I'm eating for the first time, while I'm eating, I'm standing in the kitchen usually, or I'll sit down at the table, but she then goes and eats. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. She knows, she's like, okay, Dad's eating. I'm going to eat too. I'm going to have a meal with
We're gonna
Dad.
do it together. Oh,
It's kind of cute. Or when I'm in the kitchen doing the dishes, she'll come in there and lay at my feet. And I'm like, oh,
but
gosh,
do you
she just wants
do you
to be
give
near
her
me.
people food?
No,
Okay, good.
no. She just wants to be in there just to be with me. And it just, every day, my heart just melts, you know?
The one day that she doesn't do it, it's like, why are you breaking my heart?
Come to the kitchen now.
What about you, Joe?
Max does a lot of cute things, which is why I can like deal with his like antics. But like he'll
Is that the same with Nick?
Okay.
yeah.
I'm out of here.
Max. So when I'm working from home, I know that Max wants my attention because he'll like come in, like put his head in my lap, like under my desk, but then he'll realize I can't do anything, so then he just sits on my feet under my desk. And then my other favorite thing is that like he will, every time I'm having pita chips, like I said, he comes and sits right there and he looks at me like, "Hi, I'm ready for a chip," and I'll give him a pita chip because like it's really cute. And then the way that he crunches on it, it's like he doesn't know like how to eat crunchy things, but like kind of, and like his like mouth gets all weird. And then the other favorite thing is like when he's like on the couch and he'll like stretch and then he'll put his head in my lap.
Oh.
Or like if he's like falling asleep and like you move him. Yeah, make a comment.
No, I'm fine.
Max is a lover. But like another thing I love is like he'll like if he's kind of like in a comfy place and you let you move or whatever, he'll just like grunt and be like, "Rrrr." And I'm like, "Oh, I disturbed you," and then I poke him, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm annoying you." Now you know what it's like.
So you obviously give him people food then?
No, I just pita chips.
Just pita chips? Okay.
Yeah, and then occasionally I'll give him some chicken, like chicken from the like rotisserie chicken.
Okay.
Because again, he's always there when you're doing something. When I made soup this weekend, I was like cutting up stuff and his head was like right here. I was like, "Hi, did you want to help?" He obviously doesn't, but so I'll give him like pita chips. I mean, I'll try like various things.
He's a good stayer, not a very good helper.
No, Max, get the knife, get the chef's knife, and start chopping some garlic. Yeah, I mean, maybe just like chicken and pita chips. That's all he gets.
See, my favorite thing is in the mornings when we're getting ready to go to Starbucks, we'll grab the leash and stuff, and Cooper will come over. If you're sitting down in the chair, he'll come over and he'll put his head right between your legs and like want to be petted and want to get some love and stuff like that. And I love that. And then when he dreams, it's
does he have puppy bears?
Yeah, well, it's really? Like we don't know if he's like trying to chase something or what's going on.
Does he run?
He does. You'll see his little feet run.
Yes.
And then you'll also hear him go. And I'm like, oh my God, he barks in his dreams, but he doesn't do it in real life. And I'm like, oh my God, that makes my heart, like my heart grew 3 times that day.
But myocarditis is dangerous, right?
Congestive heart failure. You're killing me.
But why you gotta kill me with your cuteness?
And we don't give him people food. Like the only time we give him people food is when he has to take a pill.
Yes.
So we'll give him a little bit of peanut butter or cheese or turkey.
Yep.
And a little bit of yogurt.
Does he
stuff.
eat it? Does that work?
It does. It like it usually works. So, but we used to do this thing where we would go to the bagel place, and Andy usually gets like a basic bagel with a little bit of butter on it, and so I'm like, he would give him a little piece of that as a treat. So he always like when we're walking and we're walking in that direction, he knows like I want to go over here and get a little treat.
And just but does Cooper like actually eat the whole thing and the pill doesn't pop out?
No. He like there's times when he'll like eat around it, but then we're like, okay, we're gonna try this again.
Max, when I had to give him some like antibiotics or whatever, like I was like, oh, I'll wrap it in I don't know, like I forget what it was. I was like maybe a piece of bread or something, and like he somehow would eat the food and the pill would pop out. So then I was like, fine, I'm gonna just stick this down your throat and close your mouth, and then that's that.
Yeah, because like if they spit it back out, you have to kind of like hold their mouth closed and kind of massage it down. Yeah.
Oh, there was no massaging. I was like, finger back in the throat, close the mouth, and then swallow.
Okay then.
He likes it rough.
Ruff. right. Well, we're getting close to the end of our episode. This was so much fun.
So much
and
fun.
we had Andrew Davis here with us, and we're so happy. We're going to have him on again.
So happy to
You
be
need
here.
a recurring customer. I don't want to say
Recurring guest.
Yes.
Please. Thank you
we
for
can do
having
like
me.
Southern Belle Sundays or something.
Ooh, there you go.
Or
Right,
like from
all right.
the corner of Tennessee. It's with an I, not an E. Tennessee.
So, everybody, have a great week. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Please make sure to subscribe wherever you are.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Don't forget to like.
To like
And
and follow and all that other good stuff.
And then what is like shop don't adopt? No, wrong way. Adopt don't shop.
Yes. Please make sure to get your
Yes.
pet spayed and neutered.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say that?
Please.
Is that is
I
that,
think that's okay. Yeah.
is it okay?
Yeah.
It's not trademark.
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't think so.
Okay, well.
That's like saying like, oh, you got a root canal. Oh, can't say that. Anyway.
All right, everyone. Have a great week. Thanks.
Bye.
Special thanks to Andrew Smith and Nick Stone for producing the show. If you like us, please follow us at tugayspod on Instagram and visit us online at tugayspod.com. You can find us anywhere you can stream podcasts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know topics you'd like to hear. And always remember, stay safe, stay classy, stay sassy, and always stay a little bit trashy. See you next week.